Hey guys, my name is Zediac and welcome back to another episode of Woodville here in Cities Skylines, where last episode guys, we finally reconfigured our industrial area. We tried to reduce the traffic in that area by combining normal dirty industry with some offices, and I did say I wanted to create like a little IT cluster, which we're going to create today. And I've been thinking as well guys, we do get a little bit of pollution from these factories, as you can now see. Do you reckon we should try and make this town not as eco-friendly as possible, but where we can, try and add in some kind of eco policies and whatnot? Because we are in the beautiful wilderness of this forest, and we're only going to go and destroy it, aren't we? Oh my goodness me, what is going on? But guys, if you do enjoy this episode, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. But I've also given, I think it's given, yeah. Some of these areas, their very own districts, as you can now see. So we have Franklin Park over here, we have Heather District, Daffodil Hills, so we got the Heather District and Franklin for the residential areas, we have our normal little city park just there, Daffodil Hills just for the commercial side, we have Moore Square here for the industrial, and Meadow Heights is where our IT cluster is going to go. Now, the names for these districts right now, they were only what the game given me, so I want you guys to have the chance to rename these districts. Now, you can either just give me a bunch of names and I'll just randomly name them from what we've got, or if you want to pick certain areas to be certain names, go ahead and do so. And I'm thinking, should we go with like, you know, wood theme names like spruce and cedar and larch and stuff like that? Or do I go for like, you know, tree, like object of wood, like tabletop, or, you know, plank and tree, and you know what I mean? I don't know. I'll let you guys kind of have some suggestions and see what you feel about that. But this is what we're going to try and do, and give these areas districts, so we can then give them policies moving forward. So with Moore Square, I did say about making it eco-friendly. I don't want to make the whole place eco-friendly, because then that becomes some kind of like tropical paradise, which we're not really kind of creating. But we could do all different kinds of stuff anyway. What would be beneficial for these guys right now? Recycle plastics? No, because that's only for recycling centres. I can actually go to city planning and do stuff like a heavy traffic ban, but that doesn't really make much sense for the industrial area, if you know what I mean. No, combustion engine ban, no, won't do that. Filter industrial waste, making them pollute the ground a lot less. See, that's good. That's a good one, because they're currently polluting the ground quite a bit right now. So hopefully that can reduce it slightly. And if you guys got any kind of ideas and kind of policies or stuff I should add to any of these areas, again, let me know in the comment section down below. But what I want to take a look at first, and is turning this little triangle here into our IT cluster. It's the perfect spot really, because we are going to get quite a big bulk of traffic driving through and around here. So make this a very low traffic kind of district, and then we can really benefit from it. And we'll stick with normal roads, because it's going to be like our little kind of, you could almost borderline call it our financial district in a way. I don't know if you would or not, but for the distance from this road down to here is 70. Okay. So let me just kind of figure something out. So if I just kind of create our 10 by 10 gridded gaps going all the way down like this. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to use every single one of them, but it kind of gives me an idea of where I can create these two through roads to connect to. So it looks like it will be this one for that one to bend up. And then this one's going to come down. You can actually come down to it. I'll make it connect to this one, because that one's a little bit too close to the junction. So I'll bring this out by 10 here. And this, can I make it bend from the get-go? What are we saying here then? 9 by 9 and then go straight. I'm not sure how much traffic that's going to cause, or whether I should do it like that, to be honest with you. I might have a better idea. Now, if I brought this out by, let's say, let's say I do it by 10 like that as it is, where does that kind of connect? It kind of goes straight to it, doesn't it? Like that. It creates a little triangle. Then that way I still get to utilize some kind of grid effect coming down here. Now, coming all the way down there, it's 25. So if I come down straight by 20, and then the bend starts around here at 5. Now, it's going to be quite difficult to get that on. 5 by 5. Boom, just like that. I don't know how I feel about this. I honestly don't know how I feel about this little section. I could ultimately just leave it like this. And we do something a little bit different, maybe. So if I came out by the 10 mark here, let me put that back on. Right. I don't know how I feel about it, guys. I honestly don't know how I feel about this little section. I could do it... No, okay, what we'll do. We'll bend round like that. Because I don't know how much traffic's going to flow through to that. I don't know. I honestly do not know. But let me, instead of removing the traffic lights, actually I will remove the traffic lights there and there. And what we'll do is we'll drop down our little kind of give way signs. So these guys give way here. So we can get rid of traffic lights. We can give way on the kind of inlet roads there. So they can like literally drive through and from this. There's no issues. There we go. So I'm not. So technically, I have got rid of traffic lights, but I'm not making the traffic trip over one another because there's now give way signs on that route. So if they're turning right here, it make these guys coming out here be able to go straight on. If there's no traffic coming, but there's traffic coming there, they'll stop, and then off they go again. So it keeps it as free flowing as we could potentially have it, which is a good sign. Okay, let's get back to business then. I'll bring this up to here, and what we're doing down here then. So if I bring this down to there, if I bring that down to there, and then that to there, am I creating little cul-de-sacs? Am I pushing it a little bit further maybe? I won't do cul-de-sacs, but this should be pretty good. Again, it's not really going to have much traffic, but as long as you make it walkable, then we're always going to be on to a winner. So I'm going to have to anarchy that there to connect to there. And we'll do it like to try and minimize how much squares we lose, if that makes sense. So if I did it to here, push that across, we can actually make this quite walkable as well, which is pretty cool. Bring that to there. Now, is that enough to go straight up to there? Yep. Bring that to here and then down to there. So again, I'm losing minimal squares. And boom, straight to there. Okay, okay. I'll bring this straight across up to here. So that becomes quite walkable and we can do some really, really cool stuff with that area. And then if I make a glorious little, in a way, triangle. Like that, and I'm just going to use the move it tool right now to kind of reconfigure that a little bit straighter. That goes into there, and I can run this all the way down. Yeah, this is going to be very walkable. I like it. I like it. I'll leave this as it is, unless you want to do like a little something here. Right, we'll bend it round. Like that. It's a little bit funky in places. But once the buildings are all up and around, it will be glorious. There we go. So we can throw trees in all the little gaps. It'll look, it'll look really, really nice for this IT cluster. So let me first destine this region to be an IT cluster. And oh, do we do it over here? Don't we? Hold on, hold on, hold on. It's not this button. It's our regions button. IT cluster. Yep. There we go. And to make it extra fancy, I'll also city plan it that it's a heavy traffic ban, right? We'll do industrial. Now I won't do industrial space planning. Heavy traffic ban. Do we do a combustion engine ban? So everyone driving here is electric vehicles? No, I feel like that's more of like a high-tech space industrial planning kind of area. We might be okay for the rest. Yeah. I think we might be okay for the rest. Just the bare minimum will be good enough for us. So, offices then. I know we got a load of offices over here, but this would be our IT cluster offices. So these will be 100% a lot different. So if I do this little patch here to begin with, and we'll just kind of go up to there, and then we'll do the rest a little bit later, but let me just make sure it's all got water. There we go, let me turn the anarchy off as well. There we go. I might as well just kind of finish off up here. Little zigzag. All connected boys. So that will now suck through that huge... Oh wait, snap, I don't have... See, this is the problem. When I'm doing two series where one contains a day and night cycle and the other one doesn't. I just realised we don't have the night cycle on right now, which now makes it even super dark and we can't see a goddamn thing. So let's fast forward. Completely forgot about that. But yeah, our offices will now start building. If the buildings become like ridiculously high, shall I throw a... You know what? That's not really going to fit within the vibes of this whole area. I was going to say, should we throw a skyscraper ban on this? High-rise ban. There we go. Or what the IT cluster would consider a high-rise ban, should I say. Whatever they consider a high-rise ban. But let's see what we kind of get out of this whole area. Now, we have a problem, and we have had for some time, with always gaining power. Now, I really want to... Is that all of us? Yeah. I really want to, right, build a dam over here. But it's so expensive. If I go to our power options, go to dam. So even if I built a dam, let's say here, it's going to cost me nearly 200,000. And I want it in a fast flowing river section. So if I built it there, but then again, whoa, okay, is it not a lot of money? Can I build it across here? See, it does produce a lot. 16. There's a water source there. If I went across here, 16. So if anything, I've got to place it here, which does almost 100 megawatts, which is literally half of what we're using right now. So that would be a big benefit, but it is very expensive. So I've got to find alternative routes to get power. Now I do keep placing down these wind turbines, and it's not really the one for us, is it? It's not really the one for us. So I could do the solar updraft tower. That gives us 240 megawatts. That's a lot. That is a lot right now. So the warmth generated by sunlight is what powers this power plant. The warm air goes up. Let me select it. The blades. Oh, hold on. That produces electricity. Large batteries within the building allow it to store electricity. Will not be affected by. Okay, it will not be affected by day and night. I've just got to figure out a place to put it. Really, haven't I? Yeah. Now, do we make it where it's kind of slightly out the way? I think we should. So, and then the question is then, where? Where do we throw it? Now, we have a little dirt road up here going all the way up to there. Maybe I could implement it over on that side. It's so dark. Holy smokes. Right, the daytime should be coming very soon. And we'll figure out a way to kind of place it. That will solve a lot of issues. And we'll be good to go. How are these little IT cluster doing right now? I still feel like these buildings are way too big. Does anybody else feel like that? But we see what happens when you kind of run it all off. So I've got to do some high density at some point. And you can class this as our little financial area. But these buildings here are perfect. Now, is it because those buildings here built before I claimed it to be that kind of area? Maybe. Right. We have a dirt road around here. I could place it within the forestry area. It might be a good shout. Would that work? It's kind of like out the way. Let's kind of see. So if I brought this road coming down to there to 40. And then bring it up by 20. Go across 10 that way. 10 this way. We're going to ruin our natural resources right now to drop down our solar updraft tower. Beautiful, beautiful. So it's like it's quite a tall tower. It's completely out of the way, won't affect anybody, and we're just going to connect it to our power source. And then for quite some time right now, we're going to have power, like a lot of power. So continuing this, coming down, I'm going to have to now raise it by 10 to go over our train tracks and then bring it back down to 0. And that is now connected to our main network, and everyone's going to have power at this point. Right, these buildings. Now we still have a little bit of industrial demand. I'm just wondering if I drop all this little section down, will all this now become like ridiculously tall skyscrapers like the other bit of stuff? Because I just feel like it does not fit within the... Where did everybody go? Where did everybody go? Is that because of the power... Is there people missing over there? No. Is that because of the power issues I had? Please tell me that was down to the power issues I had right there. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. But yeah, I'm not feeling this. We have the high-rise ban, the heavy traffic ban. Small business enthusiasts, low density commercial, no. High industrial space planning, doubles the amount of goods produced in zone industrial buildings. We could do a tax rise for offices. I don't know how I feel about it. You know what I mean? VIP area. Right. Industry 4.0. Well, let me see what happens to Industry 4.0. Does it change anything? Not really. If I do industrial space planning, does it change anything? Again, not really. Now, if I do remove the fact that it is an IT cluster and put it like no specialization, I feel like the IT cluster is not what we want for this section. I want it to be offices, you know, this size. So unfortunately we're going to have to get rid of them because it just does not fit within the vibe of Woodville, having this huge IT cluster. I thought it was going to be a lot smaller than that if I put a high-rise ban, but obviously no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Okay, fair enough. Now, we have some commercial demand, and I've been thinking about expanding the Daffodil Hills area right now, because that contains all commercial. Our transport hub is just here, so what if I kind of built up this way and across there to slightly surround it a bit more with commercial? So with that hub, a lot of people, you know, transfer into different networks. Eventually we get more bus routes set up. Again, there's loads of other cool little shops around them. So I thought that would be a nice little kind of addition to this area. And so if I come up by, there we go, another 10. Now, rather than cutting it straight across, if I bring that there, is that where it goes across? Yeah, we go up by 11 to maximize the grid against the back of it. Now, I could just actually come up to there. There's that connection there. Finish off here. And then do our grid going across. And if the connection's there, I could throw that connection just here. So I'm slightly sticking to the grids right now because this is eventually merging in more of a downtown area. So that's where you want to kind of keep the gridded area. And when we go to the residential side of things, that's when maybe we throw down a little bit more wiggly roads and character. So, of course, going to make it walkable. So I do it just there. Just there. And on the road side of things, do I do a crossing here? It don't really make sense when that's just there, isn't it? Same with that there. Don't need to do that. Water. So we got a little bit of water to play around with just here. So low density, we fill that section, and I fill all of that there. No, I'm pushing it way too far. Right, to there. And then that is our little shopping district there, Daffodil Hills at the minute, which will slightly extend. Let me go for the smaller one. Oh, it's a different one altogether there. Yeah, we'll slightly extend it. There we go. So that's the commercial that they need. So we're getting everything in, and we're watching where stuff falls, where traffic lays. And now we got rid of that, because these contain more jobs, because the other buildings contain like up to 6 workers. We can't really build as many as before. Have you also noticed that the pollution's dipped down in this area? That's a good sign already. That's a real good sign. So you can see the traffic now tearing through. It's all looking good. It's all looking good. So we've got that residential demand to bring back in. So we're going to fill in all the little nooks and crannies right now before we start building some more districts. So it's all about trying to build up our residential area. Right, so if the road goes down to there, we'll continue this road down by... Well, we'll continue to here. If I do that, because we can place a little bend. Okay, I need to extend a bit more first, don't I? Yeah. Right, go to there. We'll do a bend on this section. There we go. And then we'll... If I come down by 5 to go straight, by 30, I can do a slight little wiggle road. There we go, as it kind of comes around and bends. That is like maximizing the grid value. And we'll have a... Well, we'll have this road... Oh, we need to come back by 1 more, maybe. Let me delete that. So let me pick it here just real quick. I'll actually keep that road there, that's fine. And because it's not perfect, we'll do our little grid just there. And I'm going to do like a little bunch of little cul-de-sacs right now. It's my favourite thing to do in this city at this point. Right, let's spin this round. Or should we go a little bit bigger? Should we go for some mediums maybe? So if we do 1 there. We'll do 1 there. 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 And there. We'll go with those. And I've just got to now upgrade these little roads here. There we go. So again, trying to maximize it as much as possible. We'll throw in our little walking areas too. So I think what we should do is I might sacrifice this back strip of row of housing. We'll go that one to there. And I'll bring that up to there. Again, trying to make it walkable without destroying too much. There we go. That can go straight over to here. We'll do a connection just there. And I'll do one just there. So they don't really know any difference then. That's pretty sweet. And then we have all these nice buildings and houses going around the edge. So water, it's all covered. So we can naturally allow them to actually, before I do that, I should actually do the commercial side of it first. So I'm going to do a nice little couple of stores just there. And we'll do one just here, 3x3. And I'll squeeze in one just there. So there's a couple dotted around so they can go to the stores fairly easy. And we might as well just cover then all the rest of this up. Just like that. And let them build themselves up naturally at that point. So it keeps all the traffic away from this area and it becomes an additional suburb of Franklin Park at the moment. Which would be really handy for us on that front. Build up the population and then hopefully make us a little bit more money. Now, power-wise, through the roof. Which means I could then change the budget back down to normal. Because there's no need to produce that additional power anymore. Now we have the capacity for it. So I bring that back down to normal. Haven't got to, spend extra. Electricity availability is now still super high. Where does it actually pull it to? It was like 500, now 420. Okay, got it for some time. Water and sewage is going to be an issue very, very soon. So, expect that to rise before you know it. And also not enough educated workers. So how is the school frontage right now? So we've got 2 schools over there, 1 school just over here. And we're a little bit over capacity. High school, ooh, and then university. Okay, so we're starting to get that now creeping up with us. Public library, we have no usage for it at the moment. So let's just throw a little library in then to kind of give it a little bit of an extra oomph right now. And we'll place the library. I'll place the library over here where you can utilize the car park. Actually, do you know what? We'll reposition it where it's almost borderline center. I'll use the move it tool to move it over a bit. There we go. So does it have power? Yeah. The public library is opposite the car park right now. So they can get to here by the transport hub. And then they can, gain extra knowledge and whatnot. Right, it's all slowly coming together. We actually now have a decent setup when it comes to the city. Everything is going to take some time to kind of get built. And what is our unemployment like? So it's at 1%, so it is super low, which means we really do need to focus on getting more residents in here. Now, I could slowly start to build this area over here. And eventually I want to get rid of all this, and this will all become like suburbs and, some suburbs just here too. But I think the way to go forward first would be over this side, meaning it might be time to build the bridge that goes over. Now, if we can get this just right... what should we go for? 4-lane road with parking spaces. We got the 6-lane asymmetric. It depends on how much traffic's going in what direction. Should we just keep it simple for now? Let's just keep it simple for now. So leading up to this, it is 47. So at 20, I'll rise it by 5. By another 20, we've raised it by 15. How's that? Let me pause because I've deleted some of the electricity grid. So, where's 47? If 47's there, right, delete that. That's 10 there. Just so I've got the same spacing. So, like I said before, 20 was 5. The next 20 was 15. And that is equal, going straight across. And our slope more correct anyway. But there we go. That then reaches over to this area. Do I need... I don't need that power grid now, do I? Really? No. Which means I can get in the remainder of the residential. And also, now we've got that hooked up, I can then finish the path. Coming round. So if I brought that up to there. Like that. And I think I'll just end it here. And add that cul-de-sac, which is pretty good. Right, we'll anarchy that one. There we go. And we'll keep it to that. We'll keep it to that right now. Throw in some trees and all that kind of jazz. Finish it all off. But yeah, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. Okay. So how is that bridge then? Now, do I need to slope it manually? I'll see what kind of difference it makes. But we'll take it to there. So if I then go to... Okay, it does make a difference. So do this side as well. Yeah, that's about right. That's good then. And it does bring us over then to this side. So this side, that at the minute is going to be the only connection. But we got to think about other ways that we can connect it. We got a train line just here. We got a dirt road just there. So it's not going to be an affluent area, so to speak. I could maybe, if I did a kind of junction off the highway, we could incorporate something maybe over here or close to this. I would have to do it over on this side, which means you have to create a bridge going over. So for now, we keep it pretty much simple, yeah? I think that's the way to kind of go. But if we have in the mind that we're maybe going to come from this area, then I could potentially build maybe like a starter road going in that direction. I'm going to turn all this back on. So if I came down by 40 there, and I just create like a little bend. So which is the smaller version? $31. Yeah, we'll just go for that. So if I kept it like that, again, nothing amazing, nothing OTT. It should do its job. And then we've got a fair bit of playing around that we can potentially do with this area, which is quite exciting, really. We'll quickly set up a couple of main roads, main drags. So if I chose it to come off this bit here and brought it down by 40, same up this side, then that will lead into a little bit of a neighborhood that we can play around with. And if I go for like a nice little bend, as that is our main road that drags into it, and then maybe you have like a little cut-off road here. Or do I keep it all simple? I don't know, we'll play around with that as being our new area. And hopefully get things rocking and rolling. So it starts to bend there. So I think we'll actually bring up a road to there. Then everything is all going to be windy and bendy. We'll treat these neighborhoods, they're a little bit more uniform as they come into like the main downtowny area, but this is proper suburbs, proper out, not proper out in the sticks, but like, you know, on the way, on the way to that area. So we do want to then kind of consider we make it all windy and bendy, right? Right, where does that connect to there? So we've made our little loop road going around. And obviously we made this kind of a main straight because we can do some stuff coming off it. So there, there, and there. And everything is all intertwined and connected. So back with the bends. So it's going to look a little bit funky and whatnot. I don't want it to kind of look natural. I want it to kind of be like, you know, this neighborhood was formed from like, not like a pre-war colony, like, you know, when like first people came to settle in the area, but like that's what it was kind of defined off. There was no planning involved. It was just like throw up a street, throw up a road, we'll sell some land, and then let the people figure out how they live. You know that kind of vibe. That's what we're going for. So that's like the main sort of roads, and we'll kind of create stuff coming off it. So this is more like I know like in America everything's all like really, really planned really well with like grids and stuff like that. And in Europe, especially like, because I'm from the UK, so I'm used to like the neighborhoods that we have here. Nothing's really planned. Everywhere is all bendy and windy and all over the place. You have like newer areas that are built like today that have some form of planning. But you know, like say like neighborhoods from like the 50s or the 60s, trust me, they're all over the place. They are literally all over the place. So I'm going to kind of... And all the roads aren't straight either. That's another thing. So this is kind of what you have to put up with. You know, these kind of junctions. We need to kind of use the mover tool to sort that out. But I had a little cul-de-sacs on the end there to kind of finish that up. But I'm liking the freeness of this. I like the freeness of this area. I find it really cool. So we'll go with that then as being this little kind of section first. And I'll drop in the cul-de-sacs, like I said, to finish these off. Now, do I go large? I want to drop some large ones. I haven't really normally dropped large ones there. We can do the double-headed cul-de-sac on the end there. There we go. That finishes off these areas quite nice, doesn't it? And that's kind of what you get. You do get these little road and runoff areas that are just kind of just stop in the middle of nowhere for like no reason. They just really do. I'll leave that little road there, kind of go to there, because I might like bend it around or do something. It might cross over. I don't know just yet, but if we have the option, we can do something. So then finish up with a bunch of like different little cul-de-sacs lying around right now. Kind of populate the like the in-between gaps and stuff like that. Which I think, you know, that would be enough. That would be enough. So use the move it tool to kind of... Well, there we go. Add a little bit of a bend on the cul-de-sac like that. Yeah. And then we'll just now upgrade the roads leading to them, so they feel like they're all part of the same network. I'm liking the freeness. I don't know how many more times I'm going to say it. But I like, you know, we have like some uniform, but it's just mixed with craziness. I like it. So, run this up to here, which means that we can now potentially take or bring a bus route to come over to this area. I mean, it will only kind of service a small section of this area, but it's definitely something that slowly starts to build it all up, because we probably get like a lot of traffic coming across this bridge to begin with. As they try and, well, first move in, we're going to get the traffic. But then as they commute to and from work, it might even make these junctions a little bit busy. So yeah, we got to lay down some really good public transport. So, I think first things first, we set up our little commercial hotspots, which will utilize this road by doing a 4x4 setup. So it kind of creates our little kind of shopping district just there. But of course, as usual, I want to throw in little commercial sections dotted around the little corner shops. Now, I don't know if you get this in America, but like in the UK, in like neighborhoods, there's always a little corner shop somewhere that serves, you know, the local community. And it's, they're like randomly dotted here, there, and everywhere. But then you have like the big, like, again, if you're from the UK, like the Tesco Expresses and the Sainsbury's Locals, who are, you know, the bigger supermarket, smaller version that they have dotted around little neighborhoods. So that's what we're going to kind of go with. Last thing but not least, we'll add in the paths for them to walk on the longest distance sections. That will be fine. We do a little cut through just here. There we go. And maybe to go over here. Or if I don't do that, then that means they'll utilize using buses a little bit more, won't they? Yeah. So I'm going to pause a hot minute and try my best right now to zone as much of this as possible. Right, I'll go up to there, but what I'll do is we'll get rid of the zoning on this side of the road and leave it like that. So it's a lot of zoning to begin with. But we'll see how it handles. I should be able to drag this over. We're going to need services and all that kind of jazz. And I'm a little bit apprehensive with how much traffic this is now going to cause. But we shall find out, boys. We shall find out. So fast forward then. In the hopes that they can potentially build up to the power. It's not an issue if they don't. I can move it anyway. But let me take a look at doing my next bus route. So if it comes from the third one here, can I get it? Bam, yeah. And what it will do is it will drive down here. So we can do our first little stop near the park. And it will do a stop just... Oh, hold on. Can we not go across the bridge? Oh, yeah, we can. What seems to be the issue at this point? Oh, snap! Hold on. I don't know how that's happened, but the road wasn't kind of connected. I do apologise. I do apologise right now. So move that down to there. Oh. Right, add a stop there. Right, nice, okay. And that will service like areas around here. And then we'll have them come down to here and stop there. Bring it up to there, stop here. Then we'll cut in here, stop there. Stop just here. Stop just there. Stop on the opposite side of the road here. Opposite side of the road there. So it does the little loop coming in. And then we'll stop it just there on the opposite side of the park as well. Before it comes back and finishes and completes its line. Now, we'll straight away change the colour of that line. I'll change it to like a red. Alright, a little pinky colour there. So we can differentiate between the lines right now. So again, for now, that's all it's going to do until we set up more neighbourhood stuff around. But the fact that they can get over there via public transport will be a huge bonus. A huge bonus right now. So they're leading up to the power. There we go. Which then gives this whole area power. Any moment now. Oh snap, have we lost like loads of power or something like that? Why? No, we're back to normal. Oh, it could be the water issues. That's what it could be. Right, for now, I'm just going to do the bare minimum to give me what I need until I can eventually build like a water and sewage treatment plant. And we'll do the sewage as well, which is just over here. I'm not proud of how this looks, but I'm waiting until I've got a nice chunk of change to where I can really go to town with doing those little systems. But that should be enough for these guys. Buses already on the way round. Oh, that's a point. That's a point. We might have one too many buses on this route. So I'm going to reduce it to 5 until we have more of a demand. Now, so I moaned last time about is there ways in which we can make sure there's less buses on the nighttime versus daytime? Yeah. Up here. So daytime, nighttime, both times. You see, I'm so foolish. I'm so foolish. But yeah, we'll eventually go around and sort all that out at one point. Right, the demands are there. I'm just waiting for them to be utilised. We're going to drop a park or two in this area. So again, they can, you know, enjoy the new neighbourhood that they've moved to. So I think I'll squeeze this just there. Nice little park. There we go. We'll do another one. Or should I do like a one of these parks up here? Hold on, hold on. A baseball park? Nah. Plaza? Nah. Basketball court or like a little tennis club? Are they too big? They're a bit too big for this area right now. Let's just stick to the generic normal ones. So we've got this other small one, well, smallish. If I drop that there around all of that. We've got a couple of parks there to kind of boost stuff up. We'll see how it goes. We'll ultimately just see how this little neighborhood grows. It would benefit from its own services. Oh, a school. Okay, this is another way to increase our education. Oh, hang on. Are people using the library? Yeah. So we'll add in an elementary school. And I'll place this... I'm going to place this right here by the park. So that ups the capacity. But it also might give me then another reason to drop down another high school. Because that kind of, you know, services that area to a certain extent. But replace one over here. You get the overspill coming from over there to over here. But this could also be over here now for this area too. So the elementary school is just there. I could flip the high school just here on the other side of the park. So it's surrounded by a nice park. That would be wonderful. Like the kids, when they finish school, can go chill in the park before they go home. That'd be really good for those guys. Now let's just do the generic, you know, clinic and all that kind of stuff. So we have that at the back of the commercial area here. The fire department will be opposite and the police department will be on the other side as well. So all those service buildings are now down for this little section, which will overspill and be used over here as well. But let's just see how they tick along and how they go. That'll be the interesting fact down. We're just going to give it all a little bit of time. I'm not sure how I feel about them being able to zone right up to this section. So I'm going to kind of get rid of that. I kind of get rid of it up to there. That'll be fair enough. Fair enough, boys. And yeah, like I said, we probably see like a rise in traffic right now as I try and get to this area. But I'm hoping that's where that bus line to get utilised. I mean, it's already 66 people on it. It's already being used more than the green bus line, which goes to the industrial area. So there's that right now, which is good to see. Which means we should have, yeah, we start seeing a lot more people crossing over. You know, it could be a point that I might need to add some more buses now. Now time has passed a little bit. So we have 5 buses on this route. And it's really at the minute only the depot, which I assume it is. No, it's this one here by, you know, so we could, I can't get over to here there. Maybe up it by 1 more bus. So we got 6 buses on that route. Would be the way to go forward. So let me just watch this stop. So as a bus comes right now, it'll have room for 20 people if nobody gets off. And then the next bus comes, picks everyone up, and that should satisfy the maximum capacity there. But it is nighttime right now, so it will change soon. You know, it will change.
I didn't get that.
Oh, Siri's listening to me. Stop it, Siri! This is not time for you to make a cameo right now. But yeah, things are definitely there. What was originally an IT cluster has now died down a little bit. And while it is night time, let's take this moment to plant trees. So people go to bed and they wake up in the morning and go, yo, where did all these trees come from? Got some behind the big buildings and whatnot. So where we destroy trees in one extent, we place down some trees in another area. It's a beautiful little area. I know I'm only using one type of tree, but that is the dominant tree for this region at the moment. So I just want to take advantage of it. So that covers the majority of this section. We'll do the little bits up here. I can have trees over here now because we've had that policy and that reduces the pollution. I can have some trees. Should I just like brush it in? What's the difference gonna be like? Now, you can't get as much as like you can with the other one, where you just do it singly. It's probably not a good idea doing it like this, because I'm making it way too dense. But this is Woodville. That's what I gotta remember. Right, I'll do it like that instead. Do it like that. Let me up the brush size a bit, and we'll place in where we can. And then do the small brush size again, to get into a couple of those little nooks and crannies. I like to see that now in the daytime while it's all about. But that'd be quite cool now with all the trees around it. I gotta do the same with all the neighborhoods too, but I feel like I won't use them big dominating trees. We'll use smaller ones because they'll look kind of out of place with such big buildings dotted around. Yeah. Not bad. Right, crime. Crime is low. Can I see all these statistics from this? The City Vitals? No. So we have no cemetery usage. Let's say crematory then, because we have crematoriums, obviously. Garbage processing is good. Water and sewage is about to drop again. Employment percentage is high. So does that mean there's like tons of jobs available still, even at this point where we've added in more residents? Yes, there is. There is tons of jobs available right now. Now, what is the education like? So 45% uneducated. So we do need to maybe drop in the odd elementary school again. Or maybe we take a look at different forms of schools, like a community school. Now, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. But it can add some additional in. And the community school will be ideal as we kind of merge over to this area where it becomes a bit more dense and populated. So if I drop that there, on the thought process that we are dropping down a couple of strips of residential just here to make a new district around this side of the road. Needs water and all that jazz. So I'm going to push that right up to there and connect that there. Might as well just fill in all these little gaps. And then the residential will build up next to it. All good, all good, all good. So hopefully that will do us fairly well. Right, okay. Okay. So our industrial area is making us 3,000, 4,000. Say I'll average 3,500 profit. Which, it's died down a lot. What happened? The moment I click on the button, it just dies down. Depending where it is, I mean, even at this point, it's nearly 10% of our income from the woodland industry. I want to know what it was when we was watching it when it had like 4,000 income. Okay, 10% of our income is from the wood industry, and I haven't really expanded it that much. I really haven't. So we got to definitely look at doing a little bit more to it. 100% we have to look at doing that. They're still filling up all the storage over there. I got to expand it. It is slightly on an incline, this area. So I got to be careful what I'm doing with it. But yeah, it would definitely be ideal to expand it a bit more. Let's just drop a couple of expansions down right now. So I need the industrial road. I'll bring it up from here. Oh, that's all elevated. What have I done? What have I done? Right, make it stick to the road. There we go. That one's elevated as well. So is that one. Let's quickly sort them out. I'll bring this up by 30 and cut in. There we go. And we'll drop in now a couple of roads around here. So, industrial area. How much is this storage filled up to? That's the wrong one. Here. So there's, I definitely need a little bit more storage. So storage buildings. a large log yard will be ideal just there. I've got to extend this region too. I'll bring it up to just there a second. So we'll get a lot of traffic now coming over here to fill this up. But what I'm also more focused on too is getting in more production buildings. So we placed down a bunch of these biomass pellet pelt thingamajigs. So we've got we've got 2 of them. No, 3 of them, sorry. And 3 of these sawmills. Then we got the engineered wood plant, which are small buildings as well, which fit in here perfect. So if I do 1 and 1 facing another, and then we have the pulp mill, which are also large buildings as well. And if I get one right up here, centralized it just there, and then 1 down facing it, so we're pushing slightly up the hill. Eventually I'll place down a bunch of trees to make it look really, really cool and integrate it in the area a bit more. We'll bring the water across. It'll have the power and all that kind of stuff. And then these need the raw resources, but at the moment all the trucks are focusing on filling this up. So we've got to wait till they fill that up, and then they'll start, you know, providing all the goods to the buildings. But we've got to keep an eye on this industry. I think eventually... Oh snap, sewage. Eventually we need some more routes to get over there, rather than just relying on the highway. So eventually, like, you know how this road comes down? Maybe I have like a complete overpass, which then comes down to connect over to here. So you'll eventually keep this junction over here slightly free too. See what happens. But that will start making money. Let me just check the budget real quick. So 5,000 profit. So at the moment, it's almost 20% of all the money we're making in Woodville is coming from our woodland industry. And I haven't really done much to it. That's the crazy thing to think. That is the crazy thing to think right now. Holy smokes. It's pretty good though, isn't it? It is pretty good. We've got 12,000 residents living here right now. And what is our public transport like with those? Buses. So the blue line is almost having as much competition as the red line right now. So there's a lot of people waiting there. So maybe we up it then to 8 buses. I got to go through and change all the line activities as well. What are we going over here then? Is this completely... Yeah, I don't need to add any more to that. Don't need to add any more to that. So I think the red line's going to take over now. We've got those additional buses on the go. It really is. But that's a good thing. That's because it's taken a whole community from over here to up to the area anyway. Are we making any profit off the transport industry? Buses. No, of course we're not. Of course we're not. Why did I even think that? Why did I even think that? But now it's starting to expand a bit. At some point, do we think about the subway line? I still think it's a little bit early, but we can't rule it out at some point. Alright, dot a few trees around the edges of the path right now. Leading all that in. There we go. Down here. And I can get rid of this power line here. Not sure what I'm going to do to finish this area off. Maybe squeezing a little bit of residential. Oh, that's a path there. I thought that was a road. My bad. But yeah, it's slowly all coming together, boys. Slowly but surely. Now, we have a lot of train lines running around, as you can see. Would that mean it would be a good idea to potentially incorporate an actual train line? Like passenger train line as well? Now that really has sparked my interest. Because I could put like a transport hub over here which connects up the train line. And then have a subway line from that transport hub to this transport hub. So they're connected and intertwined. Damn! Cynic, getting excited right now. Really am getting excited. Woodville Inc. Please make me more money. But we get on top of that. we'll be getting on top of it. A few of these buildings are still complaining. So that's where we need to drop down the worker barracks and up the efficiency of this whole area. But we're slowly getting there. Unemployment is currently 6%. So yes, we have the ability to add in some extra buildings. And on that note, guys, we're going to end it for here. It's slowly coming together. The big expansions are almost on the horizon. We have been for the last few episodes laying down all the foundations to kind of get us rocking and rolling. But it's slowly coming together. It's slowly going to happen. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, good.